Hey runners, it's Sunday, June 14th, and just chilling here in the house. It's another warm day. It will be warm days for the next several months in Phoenix. We're expected to hit 105, which is going to be a few degrees cooler than yesterday. I believe we were close to 110. Um, which for this time of the year is a little above normal temps. Typically, we're about 104 or so. So today will be close to the average norms. However, this morning, um, the run was actually pleasant. The temperature, I want to say, when I left this morning, it was about 6 o'clock ish or 6 o'clock in the morning. It was around 7 degrees. It didn't feel bad at all. It might have been even cooler than that. Um, but it was just an easy 2 mile recovery day. Yesterday, my wife and I went out to Granada Park. It's about a 20-minute drive from here, just a little bit north of us. And Granada Park, for those of you who are not familiar, it's an area that's a canal that has like kind of sidewalk, pavement path, as well as some hard dirt path. That's what I'm trying to say. So you got a little bit of variety there to run on, and it goes for miles, and a lot of runners and some cyclists and walkers run along or use the path. So it was a nice morning, and I had 8 miles yesterday to run for my long run. I pushed that to 9, felt pretty good. Uh, did the first 2 miles at relatively easy pace. I did that in just kind of looking at it here, 9:25, 9:12 pace. But backing up a bit, I was feeling sluggish on that first mile because my wife had a 1,500-meter track meet on Friday night. Yes, there was an official track meet. It was called the Desert Dream Last Hurrah, a really great event put on by, um, well, basically Mile Split was doing a live stream on it. If you're subscribed to them as a member, it's predominantly high school students that do the race from really all over the country, and some really top athletes coming. They have field events, and of course, your running events. And then they had some open division. Since my wife is a masters runner, she was thrown in with the guy, so it was a mixed open, 1,500 meter. And they were slated to run at 8:50 Friday night, but the events were running a little ahead of schedule by about 10 minutes, so she started a little bit early. It was a comfortable, and I say comfortable, about 90 degrees, but of course this is in the evening. About 5 degrees cooler than the heart of Phoenix, kind of where we live. Um, Quite a drive though. It took about 45-50 minutes for us to get there, but what a great event. And she did great. She won her the women's division, and she ran it in, I believe it was 5:20. I should know this, 5:26 or 5:25, which is great. She was happy with it. She wanted to run sub 5:30, and she did that by a few seconds. So my sister-in-law also ran it, and she did it in like 6:40, I believe, 6:41, and I think she was seated as 7:15. So I had a feeling she would definitely run faster than 7:15, but 6:40, that's great. So there's some really top athletes out there as well, doing this event. So you get a chance, check it out. If you're a subscribed member, or even on YouTube, they are showing some clips of it, maybe even some full replays out there. It's the Desert Dream Last Hurrah, Hurrah, out of Phoenix or Santan, Phoenix, Arizona. So Back to the run. I had a really good, strong run on Saturday. As I mentioned, a long run, and I threw in a little bit of faster running, focusing more on kind of my half marathon pace, since that is pretty much the longest distance that I'm racing these days. For me, that typically is about an 8:45, it could vary, but like 8:50, maybe even 8:52, 8:54 pace. I went quicker than that. I did 2 miles as a kind of a warm up, and then on the third and fourth mile, I ran an 8:36 and an 8:30 for an average of 8:33. I felt good. I felt like it was more like a kind of a tempo pace, but that's about 20 seconds slow or faster than my half marathon pace. But I felt pretty good. As I mentioned, my first mile I felt sluggish because we get about 5 hours of sleep because we didn't come home until about 10:15, 10:30, and then we woke up at 4:15 to get ready and go for our drive to run. Since the temperatures are, for the most part, warm in the mid to upper 70s, but it didn't feel too bad yesterday morning nor this morning. So yeah, I've been feeling really good. I ran 2 miles today as a recovery, and I want to take this very slow. It's critical to have that active recovery after either a long run or a speed session. So coming off a long run, I just want to take it easy, and I did. I averaged like a 10 minute pace. So yeah, it was a good run. Tomorrow I go back to work after a few months being off, so I'm excited about that. Kind of miss all the YouTube and just, I guess, lounging around here, but I've been able to watch a lot of great content out there. Met some great running folks. Subscribe to some new channels as well. So I will continue to follow you guys out there with all the content that you guys have, and excited to see really how the running landscape shapes up here as we enter and go through summer. Hope you guys are doing well, and hope that your running is also going strong. I know it can be tough to stay motivated, but for a lot of people, the summer is a good time to stay active. Might be off season for some of you. Now is a good time to really hone in on your strength training and keep a good base, so that when the fall comes, at least like for us here in Phoenix, when October rolls around, I mean, that's even September, late September, that's racing season for us. So I want to utilize the summer, even though it's very hot, to not lose any fitness and maintain a good base. So for me, the summer has started out great. I've been running close to 30 miles, and actually this week I, with the 2 miles, reached 30 miles, which is good. Typically this summer I'm more like 15 to 20 miles, focusing on the shorter stuff like the 5K, but yeah, I'm totally excited. A lot of great things coming up ahead. So I appreciate you guys watching. Please provide any comments, suggestions down below, and always appreciate you watching. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button down below. And have a great rest of your Sunday and a good week coming up. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.